Avi, can you talk about this great moment for the SA20 100th match? What does it feel like for a former South African to see a league in your country sort of reach this moment?
It is a great milestone for the SA20, and we're all very proud of everything that the SA20's achieved. Graham Smith and his team did a fantastic job to get this going, and the quality of cricket has been amazing. People are enjoying it. Fans are streaming in to come and watch the games, and it's 100 up, but it's 100 not out. The innings will keep going, and I'm already looking forward to the next season. Even though we're still busy with season 3, I think season 4 is going to be even bigger and better.
So, I mean, there have been two editions, two sort of competitions before this, which have tried and did not work out. What has made this one work out, in your opinion?
Leadership, and I've said it so many times, but Grant Smith's played a big role in this. Former networking connections that he's got, and the leadership qualities that he's got. Understanding that there's a friendship between India and South Africa, and that you could have gone the ego route. We do it by ourselves, and that's it. Or you can use the people around you, friends around the world, to make things even bigger and better, which he did. So I think that's probably the main reason is Graham, and the fact that he's played cricket before, understands the game, understands what a tournament should look like, and then he was humble enough to use expertise, not only from South Africa but abroad as well, to make it even better.
Maybe one of the benchmarks or one of the markers, if you for a franchise league or so to speak, is how the young talent develops and how the young talents really come through and shine through. And we have seen this. We've seen this with SAT in the past editions, this edition as well. Guys like Pretorius, to put specifically, is that one of the reasons where SAT20 in a way has really eclipsed maybe the other leagues, not the IPL I'm saying, but the other leagues in terms of quality and kind of the fan reactions you're getting in with the team support and everything? Your take on that?
That is definitely the main reason why I'm excited about this tournament. Every year I arrive here and I see players I've never heard of look like they've been around for ages. And I picked this up at the IPL many years ago. And I would always come back home and tell my parents and my wife and my friends, listen, I don't know how they do it, but every year there's just these incredibly talented players that come through. And now we have the same base, and I've seen it firsthand as a former player, as a commentator of the SA20, that we've got that same system going. And the fact that the overseas players are coming over here to play cricket here, and not only any overseas, the quality players that we are getting, tells me that they want to be involved with this tournament. They enjoy it over here, and it's a fantastic platform for the youngsters, the rookies, to come in and just to learn and to prepare themselves to go on and play for the Proteas one day.
Yeah, just a follow up. Sorry. Just a follow up to that question about the Indian players who are coming, like Dinesh Karthik, who came in. Do you want to see more of Indian players coming in? The discussions around BCCI, around that, more of that. What's the roadmap for that? What do you think could be the ideal way forward for this?
Absolutely. I've no idea whether it's going to work or not. We know sometimes the BCCI, not sometimes, they are a very powerful board. They know what they're doing. They've been the biggest board in the world for many years now. They make good decisions on behalf of players and also on behalf of the business that they're running. So it's not easy for them just to release players or to take regulations away. But having had some Indian influence here in Robin Uthappa in the commentary box, Dinesh Karthik playing for the Paul Royals, I really wish that we can have more of our Indian friends over here in the tournament. And I can see it happening, but it's not going to explode just right away in season 4. I think gradually, we'll slowly but surely get there. And I think the more the tournament gets on the map as well, the more people will be interested to want to be involved with the SA20. So I see improvement in that in the future, but it's going to take a bit of time.
There has been a lot of focus on promoting women cricket around the world. So, do you think that it is the right time to start a women's league as well?
Definitely. I've seen some very successful women's leagues, some incredibly good World Cups, T20 World Cups that South Africa played in not too long ago. They did so well in that. The women's leagues and women's cricket in general are growing incredibly fast, and it's great for the game. There's no reason why there shouldn't be a SA20 women's league, and I think we can base it. We've got the model, we've got the recipe, and we can just copy and paste. It'll be great for the women's game.
Maybe tell us about the pressure for youngsters playing in franchise leagues. There's accountability, there are team owners. How do you advise youngsters to go about their game in these high pressure franchise events?
Well, that's where the experienced players come in, the overseas players.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of the edge off. I was part of that when I was with Delhi Daredevils many years ago, and then RCB as well. I still felt like a youngster around some of the senior guys I played alongside, and that sort of took the edge off a bit, and they took me under their wing in both those franchises. And that would be my advice: is just to learn and to keep your eyes open, to look around you, and to always appreciate the privilege of being part of this tournament and spending time with some of the best players in the world. And ultimately, what they will realize is that everyone's just human after all.
Right.
The Joe Roots of the world, the Kagiso Rabadas. And that's actually the powerful thing that they'll realize in the change room is he's just a normal guy. I can do this too, you know? So, yeah, that's my advice.
AB, can you tell a bit about the timing of the SA20? It's a couple of things that happened in South African cricket over the last few years that's made them boost their confidence a bit, but now the crowds are back. Can you just tell a bit about the timing of the league and the way that it's exploded, got the public's imagination?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to put a lot of things to why it's doing so well. I think South Africans love the outdoors, and around December, January, February are the best weather that we get here. It's very hot. Unfortunately, some thunder showers as well come with that great weather. But we have really good weather in South Africa, and the fans and the people have to be outdoors and come and support cricket, rugby, and various other sporting codes in the country. So we love our sport, and I think the timing of this tournament was absolutely spot on as South African cricket was going through a bit of a dip, finding their identity again as a lot of players moved on. There was some structural changes in the board, and now there's a bit of consistency again. And it came at a really good time when people was very hungry. They were very hungry for cricket and quality cricket like the SA20.
From your perspective, what have been the learnings sitting on the outside, seeing this season and what the league should be doing? I mean, what advice would you like to give to Graham Smith for season 4?
I wouldn't say anything, honestly. There's always room for improvement. So you will have his logbook and go through some points. We might not even know of some of the challenges they had and some of the things that went wrong behind closed doors. So I'm sure he'll work on that, and that will be private. That's for him to have a look at. To me, just better cricket from the players. And that's a bit harsh, but I feel the batters were below par this year. The wickets, I don't think there was much wrong with the wickets. You get your tricky wickets, you get your good wickets, and that's part of cricket. But I think the batters fell into the trap of being too much in T20 mode and overly aggressive. And I still think there's time and place for players like Joe Root and more players like that who keeps an innings together and reads the game situation, understands you can't just bat at one level all the time, but you need to shift gears throughout an inning. So encouraging the batters to sort of to do that next year. Sorry, one drop. We're going to have to take one more, guys, and then I'll have to move our seats for 10 minutes. Last one.
Two ICC finals South Africa have played. I mean, one they will play this year, one they played last year, the men's 50 over World Cup. Just how do you put all of this down to the short-term influence, or the short-term legacy of SA20 itself?
I think the SA20 definitely played a role in that. And as I spoke to you guys about some of the youngsters getting that exposure with some of the best players in the world, that does a mental thing to a player, a psychological thing that it almost breaks down a barrier. And once they arrive at the Proteas setup, they feel like they're at home already. It was a lot different back in the day when we never knew some of the overseas players. Someone like me came into the team. I didn't know anyone's names. Well, I saw it on TV. But it was a lot more intimidating, and it took years to get used to. Where now they're spending time with these guys in this league, and when they get picked up in the Proteas setup, they feel like they're at home. So that plays a big role. And then obviously the quality of cricket plays a role as well. We get an opportunity to see how our local players play against some of the best in the world and how they perform under pressure. And once again, it's a confidence thing when they get into the Proteas side, whether it's a T20 World Cup or an international series somewhere, they feel like we can take anyone down because we've proved it in our own tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Abhi. Thank you.
Yeah,
9:59.
To the dot, man. To the dot.
9:59.